So last week I made a purchase here from my Kemper Profiler that has been making me happier than anything I've ever loaded onto this thing before. It's the Top Jimi Brown Sound Profile Pack.
This is a Kemper rig showcase, and today I'm gonna take a look at Top Jimi's Satch 410 pack.
He just got better and better and is where he is today, which is unbelievably good, I think.
For him, precision is key.
Hey everybody, this is Jim from Top Jimi Profiles. Today we're demoing the Top Jimi DC AC pack for the Kemper Profiler. Time to make some noise. Hi, I'm Jim from Top Jimi Profiles. We generate profiles for the Kemper profiling amplifier. What the Kemper does is it captures the sound of a traditional guitar amplifier where you plug into it and there's a speaker and you hear it. It captures that sound and stores it into a digital file into this machine here. And then I'm able to sell those digital files or sell the sounds of all these amps online for anyone to download and use. In my day job, I'm an electrical engineer. Have been for 23 years now. So I'm an analog integrated circuit designer. So I do anything from low frequency up to 100 gigahertz types of frequencies. Very wide range of problems. It's not my passion, but it's interesting. I always thought the best place for me to be would be at the interface of music and technology.
We first noticed he had interest when he was about 2 years old. Jan had this little record player, about yay by yay, played 45 records and stuff on it. And he would sit down in front of this and play records, and he would play them over and over again. And he just concentrated on the music. He was bent toward music that had a lot of instrumentals in it, like Beach Boys and stuff have a lot of good stuff on the instrumentals with guitars and stuff, and he would sit and listen to that stuff for hours. So he showed a lot of interest right away when he was only 2. His love was the guitar, and that really started when he got one when he was about 8th or 9th grade.
The guitar is also a very expressive instrument. Like a piano, you play a C and it's just a C. There's no movement of the pitch, whereas with a guitar, you can take it and bend the strings and get a lot of different, more emotion into it. It's almost like a voice.
We went and bought a guitar for him. Of course, not knowing what we wanted to get.
I have 20-inch guitars. This is what I call the gold standard. My favorite guitar. It's a 1954 Les Paul standard. It's been modified by a pretty famous guitarist. Robben was his name. He's a jazz rock guitar player. I guess it wasn't his thing, but it certainly is my thing. So you can't really get more standard than a 1954 Les Paul standard with original PAF pickups. This is the one I tune my profiles to primarily. There's a lot of steps. Research to find out which amp would make the most sense to do. You gotta procure the amp. Then I go through it, give it a clean bill of health as the guitar tech would do. Then you gotta explore the sounds of the amp. I'm turning dials as I do this. Find the best settings, and you gotta try a bunch of different speakers. I've got 15 different speakers, and I choose the one or two that I think work with the amp. Do the same with microphones. Mic placement is huge, so you gotta mess with all that and iterate until you find what you like. It can get a little bit tedious after you've made the 150th profile of the same amp as you dial it in. Anybody could do it if they're willing to put in the work. And I've heard a lot of people say, oh yeah, I've thought of doing that. But I've never heard anybody say, yeah, I do that too. It's like I found my calling in a way. My day job's fine, but I look forward to doing Top Jimi. So it's changed my life for the better, definitely. hour 15 minutes to find the right two mics and the right placement for a particular speaker. A testimonials section on our page, I guess. First one is Steve Stevens from Billy Idol. He bought some profiles, and I happened to notice his email address. I thought, is that the Steve Stevens? I was like, so I asked him, sure it was, and it was him. And I was like, yes. So that was pretty cool. Some other guys like Mark Slaughter, from the band Slaughter, Flying Angels. Several profiles. He's a solo artist now, so he extended me a backstage invite. And Tommy Hendrickson. So he extended me an invite to an Alice Cooper show. So hopefully they'll be in Minnesota soon.
I guess at first I didn't know how big it could get or how exciting it could be. And he's just really taken off with it, and he's proud of it, and I'm proud of him. I had a little battle with an illness, so I was able now, because of Top Jimi, I was able to maybe step back from my teaching job, and it has allowed me to not worry so much about financial stuff. I've always loved to listen to him play.
But we're doing some ACDC!
Yeah, I'm in an 80s hair metal band called Hair Metal Radio. So we started that. Well, I guess I started that version of the band like 3-4 years ago now, I forget.
I think it's a little silly, because he's a little, we're getting older. But I will look around and I see everybody enjoying themselves, and how can you not love it? How can you not get caught up in it? And if nothing else, just people watch. I mean, they sound great. They look a little funny, but it's a good time. It's entertaining, and that's what they want. It's an entertainment. It's pretty amazing.
During the summer, we do a lot of outdoor festival type shows for like town celebrations around Minnesota, Iowa area. Those are the most fun.
Since I've met him, he's just become more confident, and he believes in himself more, and I think that this has also helped that.
I think that's a wrap for tonight. I always have this nagging feeling that I should be working on this profile or working on a video, but life's not about working, right? I try to limit it to reasonable amounts of time and spend my time on more important things. Over the course of 49 years, I started figuring that out. That work-life balance is important. Well, any of you Kemper profile users out there, thank you. I greatly appreciate it. Without you, I wouldn't be able to do what I do, so thank you.